An estimated 6,000 Vermonters suffer from epilepsy. Many patients resort to a cocktail of pharmaceuticals to stop their seizures. But as Jennifer Costa found out, a growing number of Vermont parents are putting their faith in marijuana.
These parents made the difficult decision to share video of their girls having seizures. Our special report, Stopping the Suffering, follows the family's hurdles and triumphs as they try to change the law.
I've been waiting my whole life for a miracle.
A miracle to end the seizures she suffered since she was 6 months old. Erica Murphy has epilepsy. The 35-year-old has tried every pharmaceutical on the market, but nothing's worked.
All the side effects are just horrible.
One medication temporarily paralyzed her from the waist down. In 1999, she resorted to brain surgery. In recovery, she had to learn to walk again. And still, Erica's seizures kept coming.
And every night I go to sleep and I pray and say, please help me not have seizures.
Erica's seizures attack her body 5 nights a week, but the Bristol mother of 2 says the condition has taken a toll on her entire family.
My girls knew. I had explained to them, Mommy had seizures last night, so they would go in the living room and watch TV and let me be until I can get up and function. I'm onto something here.
Right. Erica now leans on other Vermont families who can identify with her pain.
When someone is suffering from a seizure disorder, you cannot imagine how incredibly devastating it can be.
Shelley Waterman's daughter, Hannah, is 13. She has a neurodevelopmental disorder called Rett syndrome, which started causing seizures a 1.5 years ago.
It's just a constant worry.
Seizures so violent, Hannah has thrown herself from bed, and the pharmaceuticals prescribed to help prevented her from eating, smiling, and giggling. Her parents agreed to share this video in hopes it will help others.
We had to do something.
Annie Galloway knows how that feels, the despair of watching meds steal precious moments.
We are all living the same struggle with our children.
Her daughter has intractable epilepsy.
It's okay, May. It's okay.
We first introduced you to Annie and Matry last year when the 11-year-old's neurology team in Vermont was out of options.
And it's like, well, that's not good enough. That's not an option, for me as her mom.
Annie's mission to find a better medicine took her to Colorado, where a company, CW Botanicals, cultivates a strain of marijuana oil called Charlotte's Web. She joined hundreds of medical refugees trying to get their hands on the treatment. The oil is rich in cannabidiols, or the non-intoxicating ingredient thought to reduce brain excitability, while being low in THC, the component in pot that gets people high. Parents claim the oral solution is working miracles. The problem? The marijuana derivative was only available to Colorado residents, and outsiders faced prosecution.
When I heard about it, I just knew that she needed it in her system as soon as possible.
Annie and Matry made the 2,000-mile move. 10 months later, 1 teaspoon at a time. Matry's seizures have been reduced by 80%. But back in Vermont, Shelley was torn.
This is going to be something that, I'm going to be asked to throw what little energy I have left to advocate for into something that is probably going to be futile.
Despite her reservations about marijuana and a potential move, she visited the Colorado Grow operation, saw kids healing, and a new feeling bubbled in her gut.
If they're seeing these kinds of results, well, of course, we want it.
All she could see was roadblocks. The oil couldn't legally cross state lines. And even if she got it to Vermont, she worried about jail time for giving marijuana to her teenage daughter. She and Annie turned to Vermont's Attorney General.
I was so impressed by their fierce commitment to trying to make their kids better.
The AG reviewed state law and determined the oil solely manufactured in Colorado was so low in THC, it qualified as hemp. Recent changes to Vermont law made room for hemp to be grown and used legally. Last month, Sorrell publicly stated he would not prosecute Vermonters receiving direct shipments of Charlotte's Web for personal use. but it remains against federal law, something these moms say they're not worried about.
It wouldn't be a good use of my office's time if we were going around busting parents who are trying to do right by their kids with medical conditions that need help, and this Attorney General's not going to stand in the way.
A stance Annie says made it safe for her and Matry to come home. She and other Vermont families now order the oil online.
So this was Matry's bottle from Colorado.
Patients pay $250 for a bottle of Charlotte's Web. Matry needs 2 bottles per month, though she's off many of her pharmaceuticals. The same bottle will last Hannah 2 or 3 months.
Boom, done.
Hannah ingests 3 doses a day through her feeding tube. She's started to eat on her own and hasn't had a seizure in more than a week.
So far, so good. We're very cautiously optimistic.
Erica squirts the tincture under her tongue.
And that's it.
She calls the hemp oil her answer from above, turning those bedtime seizures into a fading nightmare.
And then when I wake up, I'm like, I didn't have any seizures last night. It worked again.
Crossing her fingers that this is the miracle she's waited a lifetime for. Jennifer Costa, Channel 3 News, South Burlington.
It's estimated that less than a dozen Vermont families are currently using Charlotte's Web.
The National Epilepsy Foundation wants it to be available to all patients, though the medical community has remained relatively quiet, calling for more clinical trials.
Wow.